Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
You can hear me now. What about now?
I can hear you now. No, I can't hear you again.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, great, great, great. The thing with technology sometimes is it ends up creating problem at the very last minute. So we've been struggling. This is something we've tested severally. Um, so I have my team here. Oh, what am I doing? So let's see if we can record. Yeah, start. Okay. We'll just try to record so that we can capture this moment. Since we're live and we're like 13 minutes late. So first of all, let me apologize to everyone. What we're gonna do, Alaga, are you live on your own handle yet? Are you live?
What do you say?
Are you live on your own handle?
I think I'm live. I can see you, and he's saying you are in a live session. Just that
Okay.
it's not
What?
showing. It's showing Apple something something. That's fine.
Okay. So what we can do, please let it possible to edit our name from Apple 1324, and then can
I
we
think
share?
that
You have to do.
ID.
You have to do that from your side. And then I also want to find out, since
I have
are we
done
live on Instagram?
why it took me
Can
back.
we collaborate? Send it to Arewa Jewelries, right? No, it's okay if it's not editing yet. So please share so that she can go live on our own handle. So thanks so much for your patience. It's been we've battled with we've tested it out, but it's just so thank you. So let's just delve into
It
the
is it
matter.
to my it is sent to me as a message. So it's saying I should watch live video. So I'm not sure the way it is being sent, I can share it.
We're
I think
collaborating with her,
operation, not
not
send.
sending it to her.
Yes, because he's saying I have been to Instagram now. He's saying I should watch live video, and I'm not sure I want to watch live video.
So what we do is this: send it to her as collaboration. Is that what we're doing? And I think you can collaborate, or if you can, we invite. Can you request to join on
Or
Instagram?
WhatsApp.
On
I can
Instagram.
Instagram live straight.
So what I'm saying is are you on Instagram?
I just left them. You want to go back there?
So go back to your Instagram handle, right? And then once you click on the live stream, you click as if you want on the okay, request to join. So once you go to that live, you would see on our page. Go to our page. That's Casafina Development and click request to join.
Then let me kuku join through what Instagram instead of this the other page. Let me.
Okay.
It means I'm going to leave this, then join through.
That might not work because this is
What?
what's broadcasting to the Instagram page.
Okay.
Uh,
Hmm. Okay. I can't even click on the live. All right, live request.
to
I'm
join.
in now.
Okay. Yeah. So you should have the live running now on your page. So she's request. She's in request. She's on request. So accept the request. So let's just she's
Why is
she's
this
live.
thing echoing? Why is my voice coming after I've spoken?
There's echo, so everybody please mute your stuff. If there's anybody here, please let's mute yourself and let's just kick off. We're already 17 minutes into the
What
time.
I'm saying is that why don't I log out of the link and then join to Instagram direct? It's still the
Can she,
same.
can she join through Instagram Direct?
That's
Because
what
you won't
we
be able
will
to
do.
stream. That means you only be streaming on on the Instagram app. You won't be on Facebook. You won't be on YouTube. You won't be on any
Okay,
other
you
application.
mean everywhere, right?
Yes, this app allows us to stream. So if you can use your second phone to join, so you are streaming live on Instagram on that phone. Meanwhile, you are still on Facebook, you're on all those other platforms from
Businesswoman don't carry two, three.
here. Okay. God. Sorry.
Okay, am I okay like this?
Yes, it would have been great to have you stream on your platform. You know what we do? Can we collaborate live with that? All right, let's just kick on because of our time, so that we don't keep you on the phone much for spending this time with us and then for your patience. Before I start, if I were to ask you, who is Alaga Iyawo? I want to start from that. And when I say who is Alaga Iyawo, before I go on to the question, you know, everybody see you on social media. They see you. I've watched some of your video dancing, and tell it's just uniquely yours. It's Alaga Iyawo.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
All right. Alaga Iyawo is a woman, a mother, a business person. But my real name is Bisola Bamidele. And Alaga Iyawo is just one name that you know. I have other names. Alaga Iyawo is a business, it's part of the business brand that I have. So, the real name that people call me is Lady Bisbam. So, Alaga Iyawo is under Bisbam. So, I don't know why you say, um, who is Alaga Iyawo? If you want me to define myself in the Alaga Iyawo concept, I'll tell you that I'm um, a woman that compare for traditional wedding.
Okay. Now we're going to expand it a bit further. And so maybe the correct question would be Lady Bisbam. Who is Lady Bisbam? We know that your expression is Alaga Iyawo, your expression is Arewa, right? It's one of your expressions. So if you are looking at Lady Bisola Bamidele, that is your name. So who is Lady Bisola Bamidele?
Okay, Bisola Bamidele is also, that name Bisbam is coined from Bisola Bamidele. Lady Bisbam is a woman that was born some years back in the state of Lagos State. And as I said earlier on, I'm a mother, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm into so many things. Where you see the Alaga Iyawo, that's the page that many of you know. I'm also Bisbam Ashoki. I'm also the owner of Arewa Jewelry. I'm also the owner of Arewa Gold. So it's a woman of many parts. And so has that answered your question?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I said, is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Within the industry where you have chosen to play, you've done pretty well. Whether in wedding compare, as a wedding compare, as a jeweler, as a lasher, you've done pretty well. But let's go back to the beginning. What was the inspiration that said, I want to become an entrepreneur? As in, how did it start? Can you look back on that story? Just how did it start? How did you decide that, oh, next thing I want to do? Particularly because the areas we play is not the mainstream, uh, an average person that wants to do a business will be looking at some of those very popular concepts, but they are uniquely different. So, what's the inspiration? When did you decide, oh, I want to be this?
Thank you, Doctor, for asking this question. It happens long years ago when I begin to see. I was a teacher, and in church, when I see rich children, rich people's children, I'm like, wow. Especially when they come back from holidays abroad and they are like, ah, they just returned, and I want to have children that will be able to travel all over the world. I want to be able to do so myself. So I now sat down one day. I think of, yes, can this teaching job get me the life that I desire? Through teaching, can I send my children to private school? Through teaching, can I send my children abroad to study? And the answer I got was no. If I don't want to deceive myself, I know my salary is just meant for me to eat and pay rents. So I can't achieve any of those. Are you still here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just writing now.
Uh, All right.
I
Okay.
can hear you.
So I know my salary then, it's not possible for me to achieve all this dream, all this ambition. So I had to sit tight and say, okay, let me go into business. And that was how I found myself here. I started by helping people to purchase fabrics for their, maybe they want to do one Owambe or the other. I'll help them do market runs for them. So from market runs, I got my own shop, and from shop it became a flat. From flat it became a building. So that is where
Oh,
we now have this BAM now. So it's the urge is to have good life, is to give my children quality education. And to the glory of God, they all went to Covenant University. They are all graduates of Covenant University, and they did their masters abroad. Teaching cannot give me such life.
I see.
I'm not sure there is anybody who is a teacher that will be changing naira to pounds or dollars because they want to pay children's school fees, except they want to do loan or something like that. So business has helped me to achieve that. And let me say that is just the heart of living good. I just want to live good. I don't want to steal, and I want to live good. So there is nothing to do than to work hard. That was what brought me to this stage.
All right. That's inspirational. A follow-up question to that would be, you know, tell us more about your early years, your growing up years, and how much of influence those growing years, how much of influence were they on who you are as an entrepreneur today? Because what I hear you say clearly is the fact that you first of all wanted a good life. That's why you felt teaching wasn't give you that life. So tell us more a bit about your growing up years and that has influenced who you are today as an entrepreneur.
I grew up as a pauper, as in my dad died when I was in primary two, and my mother had to remarry, and I lived with my grandmother. So those years, I always hawk for my grandmother. I'll hawk for her. Before I go to school in the morning, I'll first hawk ogi. I don't know if you know what ogi is. I'll hawk ogi in the morning. I grew up in Ekpe. Many people know me then. So I'll first hawk, maybe by 5:30 to 6:30, I'll do ogi hawking. Then come back, come and dress for school. I'll go to school. When I come back, I'll now hawk Gary. So my grandmother is a businesswoman. She sells so many things, and I'm the one living with her. So I helped her a lot, and I was so happy doing that then, because I from there I could get my own money. My grandmother would just say, okay, oh, this ogi is also so amount that you should make from it. Oh, this is the amount that made this ogi, and this is the amount I'm going to collect from you. So from that, I could, if she says her money is 20 naira, and I made 40 naira from selling the ogi, the remaining 20 naira is from me. She will allow me to keep it. She will not collect it from me. So when I have other things to buy in the school, from hawking, I was able to pay for my WAEC, pay for my JAMB, and other things. So it's somebody that grew up from the scratch, from zero to from nothing to something, zero to hero. That's me. So I did not, my parents, they weren't rich. My father, before he died, had 4 wives. We were so many. So I I was so young when he died. So I grew up with my grandmother. And but when you see other people living good life, you admire them. You are like, oh, you want to be like. Right from the time I was young, I hawk, and I go to rich people's house in my hometown then in Ekpe. Most of my teachers, those people that works in the bank, they are my customers. So when I go to their house, they are living in the flats. I'll be like, I love this kind of life. I want my children to live in the flats. I want a good life also. I want to be able to ride a car. And so that has helped me. So when my mates were carrying pregnancy in secondary school, I refused to go that path. I was so determined that no, I want to be somebody. So, and that has really helped me greatly.
Well, maybe I will just add one more question before I go back to the script I have. I don't know if can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. The question that just occurred to me while you were talking is, let's say you had the opportunity to start your life from a baby. Would you have wanted to change where and how you grew up?
If that is possible, but unfortunately it is not. Yoruba will say bí orí bá dàyàn sílẹ̀ èèyàn ń gbé. That's a Yoruba adage. That is where God ordained you to be, that is where you will be. Of course, I just mentioned that I love the life of affluence. I so much admire one if I see people living a good life. So if you ask me that question, that if I had wanted a great home, of course, I would have loved the president to be my father, or any other rich people to be my father. But unfortunately, that did not happen. But I can get there. I can be who I want to be with determination. If the rich people cannot be my father, me, I can be a mother of some other
Can be a rich
children, a rich mother to my children. So,
man.
and I pray to God that my children also will be a rich parent to their children. So it's all about determination.
Yeah, if a follow up to that question is, and that is a bit subjective, but do you think that maybe, it's just a thought, maybe if you've not had some challenges you had while growing up, is it possible that you might not have had this entrepreneurial determination to become who you are today?
Hmm. Um. Yeah, maybe because living with my grandmother really helped me to start having my own money right from my day from one. It has really helped me to know that you can make money by doing selling and buying. It has helped me to know that you can be a serial entrepreneur. But having said that, if I didn't grow up with my grandmother, and let's put God, if God says I'll still be who I am today, of course I'll still be who I am. I remember growing up, I used to dream I want to be a newscaster. When I see people on the TV casting news, I always love it. I just want to be seen everywhere. I just want to be seen everywhere. I want that people to gather and see me. So when I see, especially a woman casting nails, I want to be that. But unfortunately, I didn't grow that part. I am not a newscaster today, but I thank God where the Lord has placed me.
Oh, that's inspiring. Let me go back to this script I have. Now, growing up, maybe from the time you started your small scale business of selling ogi up until when you became the Alaga, Iyawo, Arewa, and Showbiz Show. Let me ask you, what were some of the challenges you faced in those early days of your business, and how did you overcome them? Maybe you might just want to mention one, two, three, so that if someone is facing that kind of challenge, it would be an encouragement. As a young lady starting out, what were some of those challenges, and how
You
did you go
mean
around
while
them?
growing up or now?
Let's even
While
divide it
I
into. Let's start with while growing up as a lady, and then now when you were starting your business as an adult after you led to leave the school.
while growing up, the challenge that I face is that I have to walk in the morning before going to school. And to the glory of God, that has really helped me to be time conscious. I don't know who is watching this. My schoolmates, my teachers in Ekpe Girls High School can hear or see me. Do you know, after working, I was still made the punctuality prefect that year. I was still the punctuality prefect. Before I will have hawk, go back home, take my bath, and still go to school. And by the time they are sharing prefects, the position to be a prefect, I was given punctuality. So that has really helped. It's a challenge. It was a challenge then, but it helped me to know that time is very important. Time is very essential, and till now I still practice it. I love dividing my day. I want to do this at this so time. This at so time. This at so time, and I try as much as possible to achieve all. So having divided my day, I'll still divide my months, divide the year. What will happen in the next 5 years? I already have it written down in my book. So what people call challenge, to me, I don't see it as challenges, but there are challenges, of course. Waking up too early in the morning, and some people will owe you and all that. But to me, I believe all those challenges is a way of learning. Even till now, as an entrepreneur, you still face challenges, lot of it. You face lot of it, but I don't see those challenges as challenges. I'm sorry to say. I tell people that I mentor that there is no business that do not have challenge. You have to face it, but see it as a way of learning and becoming better of you, learning and becoming greater learning and becoming focused, learning through the challenge, all the challenges, and becoming a better person. For instance, um you sold out a product and the customer complain about it and returned it and say blah 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 kini kan. You don't have to say, I'm not going to sell this product again. They are complaining. They are complaining that this product is not good. Because of that, I will not be selling that again. And then you leave your business. All you need to do is to look for why are they complaining? What is it that is making them to complain? Then build on it, develop it, correct it, and move ahead. Just move on, and keep doing it, but in a better way. So I don't know if I've answered your question, because to me, I don't think there is any challenges that will now say I'm no more doing. To me, I don't believe there is any challenge that will be big enough for me to say this that I have set my heart to do, I will not do it again.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to ask a question, and it's like two questions in one. It's a modification of the question I have here, and that is, what is definition of success to you? And if there's a young lady or young man listening to me today, or somebody who aspires to be like you, what does it take to be successful, starting from your industry, where the industry where you operate? So, what is success, and what do you think it takes to be successful?
Yes, to me, success is doing something and doing it right, doing it the appropriate way, doing it um, to be exceptional. Being Success is doing something and being intentional about it. That's what I see as success. For instance, when I started Alaga Iyawo, we have so many people that we were doing the Alaga together, but along the line, they are still doing it, but not in the capacity. I'm in Dallas right now. I'm here. Some people they fly me down here to come and work for them. I have some of my mates that have never been paid to work in Abuja, not to talk of in Ghana. Shey you understand? So success is being intentional, know what you're doing, and keep pushing till you are able to achieve what you have put down to achieve. So if people see me now, they will say, she's a successful Alaga. But the success in its own context is that I am doing something that is right, that people want to buy into. There is something in me that people want. They don't mind whatever it will cost them to have.
Okay.
So I don't know if I've been able to answer that question.
Now, I'm going to deep dive into that. You said something that success is being intentional and knowing what you're doing. So, for that person that is listening to me today and is asking, how do I become intentional?
Yeah, to be intentional is not looking at your side attraction. You just have a focus, and you are how do I put it? You keep on doing it. You I don't know. I want to remember something now. You are consistent. You are consistent. You're doing it, and you're doing it. You're doing it. No matter what people say, either they say, look at her, she's not even good. She's not. Just keep doing what you love to do, and keep learning, keep improving yourself before, and get know where you are going. You must have goals. You must have goals. This is my target. As I am now, I know when to retire. I have it in my book. I tell people I am going to retire so time, and they will be like, do people retire from your job? I will say, well, those ones may not retire, but this is me. I have my plans. I have my retirement. I have what to do after retirement. I have where to go after retirement. So it is all about you. Know what you want, put it down, follow it step by step, and keep doing it right. Be consistent. No matter what you face along the line, don't quit. Just keep doing it. You will get there.
So, if I were to paraphrase what you're saying, if you're speaking to that woman out there who has tried being maybe a compare, has tried an jewelry or in a career, and it looks like it's not just working. I know we all get to that point. So what I know you've said it, but I like it to come from you. Somebody who's tried being a Alaga, Iyawo'S, being a jeweler, tried maybe over the last 2, 3 years, it's not just working. What would you tell that person from the perspective where you're coming from?
If you're doing something and you think it's not just working, maybe it is not your way. There's nobody in this life that have not tried one business or the other. See, as I am, I've ventured into um what is it called? Provisions. I once have a provision store. I once have a big provision store. Then I was still teaching. I do not sell one by one. I sell either you're buying quarter of a carton or half of a carton. But despite the huge investment, I discovered that it's not my way. It's not my thing. So the first thing you just have to discover yourself. But most problem that our people face is that even after discovering themselves, they quit easily. When I started my Ashoke business, I wasn't making sales because I started from my house, and my house then was too far away. And when I tell people this is where my house is, they will say, who will come to that place? Ogun State. But I did not allow those words to pierce into me and stop me from doing it. I'll tell them, don't worry, just buy, I'll deliver to your house. Then it wasn't the time of social media. I'll tell them, don't worry, I'll bring it to your house. Just buy. And you know what we do then? I'll first carry sample to their house. When they choose, I'll go and weave and then bring the outcome. Not social media, no pictures. Then the phone we were using, there was no picture, there was no video. So you have to go and give them the sample and let them feel it. Let them say, okay, this is the color. Change this from it. Take this away. Take this away. You now go back. So that time I could have said, oh, I can't face all this wahala. It's too much. But I was facing it until I was able to get an apartment in the heart of Lagos. When I moved the business to the heart of Lagos, I tell them, come to my office. This is where my office is located. So it's easier for them to come to see what they want to buy. So, but our people, little challenges, they want to quit. I'll just advise that if you are in any business, you think the business is not working, first of all, pray about it. If it is not your thing, you can leave it. But if you see that you derive joy, you have some passion doing that thing, don't quit. It will still talk. It will still speak. You know what the Bible even says, that though it's sorry, wait for it. You will see the dividend later. In as much you derive joy doing it, keep doing it. Just keep doing it.
Okay.
You will get.
This leads me to one more question before I come back to just generally talk about your industry. Two in one. The first one is, how do you know when to quit? When we listen to motivational speaking, we tend to think, oh, never quit, always. How do you know when to stop? When it's just time to
when
stop?
when a business is draining you out, it's making you to run into depth, too much of it. For instance, I told you that I was doing a provision. I have a provision store. That time, everything was working. Everything was wrong. I told you we sell in cartons, half cartons, quarter cartons, but we don't know where this rat will come from. They will just destroy those, especially the powdered milk and all that. And I was beginning to see myself not even happy. It's beginning to affect my mental health. And I was beginning to run into debt here and there. So I stopped for a while. I now prayed, God, what do you want me to do? So I started reading books. From there, I discovered that products that do not expire will give less headache, we give less issues when you sell product that doesn't expire. Even if you don't sell it in 1 year, in 2 years, you will still have it on the shelf. So I decided to go into service and um, products that do not expire. That is why you can't see me selling anything that will expire next year. I've done drinks, I've done provisions before. They expire quickly. Some 9 months, some 6 months, some 1 year. So I don't do business that will expire. If you, so you have to read, know things about what you want to do. In my business, not that there are not challenges, we sometimes we will weave clothes for a customer, like 200 bundles. And they will say because of one line error, maybe they are asking for a wine and you mistakenly put burgundy, they are not taking it, they will reject it. But you know why I have peace? I know that somebody will come to the store and pick the one that have the burgundy. So I'll go ahead to do the one that have wine, the right color for the customer. I have peace because I know it's an addition to me. It will make my store to be more fuller and more, I'm not going to, it's not going to expire, it's not going to, one day, it could be even 5 years, somebody will buy it. And by the time that person will buy it, it's going to be higher in value. I'm not going to sell at the rate that I produce. So that has helped me a lot. Anything that is affecting your mental health, and you pray. Prayer is very important. Prayer is very essential when you are doing business. And even your mind will tell you this business is not for you. It's not for you. So when you begin to have that unsettled mind, you begin to have, you don't have peace anymore. You know that there is something wrong somewhere. You know you
Oh,
have to.
well, thank you. One recurrent theme that I noticed in the conversation is the fact that you talk about, you pray, you talk about your mind will tell you. I just want to digress a bit to ask, what is the place of spirituality in business, particularly in your business? And how do you balance it out
Well,
with
I don't
sometimes
joke.
practical nature of
Prayer.
like,
To me, I don't joke with my prayer life because it depends on your belief. God has done a lot. I've seen God in actions in a several way. So I know there is God. So some business people may not believe there is God. That is the, but to me, there is God. And He answers when you call Him. So I balance the two. Sometimes, if I want to start something, I will ask Him, go into prayer and fasting for like 3 days. And when I have peace, I have clear, I have discerning spirit. And God says, start, I'll start. And He has never failed. Nothing has failed in my hands. Nothing. And I believe I'm not the one. He has been the one leading. He just lead, we follow at a time, at a time.
Okay. Let's just pin it down to your industry. And I'm going to pick the Alaga dimension of your business first. And I do have a question here. You see, the Alaga Iyawo is a very particularly when it comes to the Yoruba culture, is a traditional role within the marriage system. I don't during a wedding, right? So, because of the traditional nature of this particular business, how do you balance? Let me just read it out exactly. The role of Alaga is rooted in tradition. How do you balance maintaining cultural authenticity with adapting to modern trends? That is one part of the thing. And considering what you do at the moment, how did you transition to becoming, because you're a celebrity in your own right, right? So how did you transition to fully utilizing digital media, particularly? It's part of the modern trend. Can you just because sometimes it's tough to connect it. Like from that traditional part of it, you will compete with any quote unquote Gen Z on some of
Mm-hmm.
those platforms. How did you transition? How did you connect it? And how relevant has been those platforms to your
Hmm.
success?
This question is very big and it's a great question. I tell you, whatever you do, don't stop learning. Keep learning. You see, I said earlier on, I said some of my mates that we started this job together, they are still doing it, but not on international level. It's not because they are not good at what they do. It's because they have decided to remain stagnant. They have decided to just, some of them are not on social media and they are very good, very, very good. In fact, when they are working, we cannot stand them. But because they are not on social media, they have become local champion. These days, there is no way you will be doing something the way it has been done in old days without uh, aligning it to the modern way. If you don't go to the modern way, then the modern will go and leave you to the back. And that is why whatever you're doing, as the clock does not stay in one. Clock keep ticking and it keep ticking and keep moving around. So as the clock is ticking, you have to keep moving as well. The world will not wait for you. These days, our children, they get their alaga online. I am here now. Somebody saw me on Instagram and brought me here. She only told her parents. In fact, I don't even know the mother. I don't know the father. Maybe when I get to the venue tomorrow now, maybe that is when I'm going to see the parents. I only got to talk to her through her planner, and I am here. She paid. Hope you're getting me. So if I'm not on that platform, she's not never going to see me. So you have to don't say because our job is traditional job, we have to, yes, traditional, but we can promote our traditional. We can promote our tradition, promote our culture, let the world see it that the culture is rich, the tradition is beautiful. Let the world embrace it. So if you don't align it to the modern, there's no way you can promote it. So
Okay.
and that those platforms you mentioned, if you are not on social media, you are nowhere. Even if you are a businesswoman, even if you sell, what is the least thing? You see that pen we used to write, if you're selling it in your shop and people know that shop to be very popular, and you also have a social media platform advertising that small pen, you will make more sales than just having your shop. That is how important social media is in anything that you do.
Okay. So, related to that question, what would you
uh,
tell?
Dangote
Go on.
is on social. People that have made it in life, Okoya is there. So who are you not to be there? What are you selling? How many profit have you made in a year that you are saying you cannot be? You will see Dangote advertising is cement, and despite the fact that everybody will still buy it, even if it doesn't, you will still see one page advertising Indomie, advertising pasta, advertising salt, advertising one thing or the other. So people that are already, they are already made in the business, they are still advertising. If what is it called, káti ẹ lọ àwọn abroad wan be, people. So don't, let me just stop there.
Okay. The message is very clear. Let me ask you one question related to business also that I have here. So, what is the most memorable experience that you've had while performing as an Alaga Iyawo?
Ah, lot of memorable experience. So but lot of memorable experience when you go to events sometimes and you don't even envisage it, and somebody just dash you 500,000 naira, and somebody just say, oh, you have done well, and gave you a check of 1 million naira. you know there are experiences you cannot forget. They'll be like, what have I done? What have I done that as other people have? I'm just saying that I have one of my mentor in this industry. She worked, and the baba ìyàwó gave her $50,000 cash. If Alaga are hearing me now, they will know who I'm talking about. They will know this baba ìyàwó, because this woman told all of us, and we all know it. $50,000 cash in a bag and say, take. So what are you? But if you are in your local corner, you can't meet such people.
Okay. I'm going to ask a
So
question. Oh, okay. Sorry, I interrupted. I'm going to ask a question related to, still related to the industry. You've built a brand, right? As a trusted professional within your industry. So there are two questions in one. If you were, I think you've answered it when you were talking about what it takes to be successful. But I would say, as you built a brand, what went into building that brand? And then the second question, which is related to it, is what skill or trait do you think is essential for anyone looking to succeed within your industry?
within the Alaga industry, right?
Yes, and Arewa jewelry, because why I keep mentioning Arewa jewelry is because I might be wrong, is that a young lady or a young man out there can say, you know what, can I retail jewelry, leverage on social media, and rapidly grow their business. And you don't need to have the billions before you start that. They can come to you and say, look, can I buy a small stock and then advertise and make my cut on what you're selling, right? So I want to talk on both sides, both Alaga and Arewa jewelry.
Yeah. For the jewelry now, I have many people that have made they start selling from me, and now they are taking directly. They are taking it directly from Brazil now. So it's possible for you to start on a small scale, then till you get there. But in every business, either Alaga ìyàwó, Arewa or Ashoki business, whatever you do it well. Learn to practice perfection. Be a perfectionist. Know when to stop, know when to start. Be time conscious. Be do not allow the profits you're saying to overshadow you. Some people, when they get to the Alaga, because some people don't even like us. Some people don't like Alaga. They will say, no, 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 they collect money too much. They dance too much. They do this too much. And when they see people like us doing the job, very brief, straightforward, they'll be like, so people like this still exist. And they will call us, bless us. So whatever you do, make sure you can study your clients, your audience, know when no, study their emotion, study the environment, know when they are getting tired of what you are doing, you know that it is time for you to move. Don't say you have 10 songs you want to sing until you finish the 10 song, and the Baba Iyawo is giving you sign that you should round up, and you are still singing, you are still in number 3 of the song. And because you are in number 3, even if the Baba say anything, you are still singing. You don't want to listen, you don't want to even see the sign, you don't want to even see his face or anything. You are still singing. You will be disgraced. So also, what if you are selling something like the jewelry now, you put too much profit, before you know it, people will detect that you are a fraud. They will know that you are a liar, that you are only sorting, you are extorting them. How do they put it? You just getting money where you are not supposed to get. They will be tired. You can't deceive people forever. So be truthful. Know whatever your environment, the demand of your environment at a point in time. If you are selling one particular product and you know people are getting tired, it's becoming too popular, people are, it's everywhere, change the design, just move, just be creative, keep doing something. I have families that I'll do the first born, second born, third born, and they keep calling me in the family. Why? Because the one I did last year is not what I will do this year. What I give you this year is not what I will give you next year. So there is no way you can watch the same video and it can be the same. There is no way. I boast of that anywhere. You can't see my three job and be the same. It's not possible. It will not happen. So be creative and keep learning. You can't you can't do away with learning in everything you do.
Okay.
Keep learning to be better.
Okay. As we begin to journey to the end of this conversation, there are just some very short, straight to the point question to ask. Your industry, there is a bit of, is mainly based on reference. Somebody says, "Oh, invite this person." How do you deal with competition?
Well, that is a normal thing. There will be competition. There will be competition. People will say some people will even talk you down. They will say, what's she doing that other people cannot do? I've seen people, after some people have paid, they will still go and tell them, I know somebody that is better. And that person that is better will tell them, I'm better than her. There is envy, there is jealousy, there is competition. It's part of business. But you be who you are. Hmm? Before you know it, people will see you. Build that confidence that you are who you are. No matter the side attraction, no matter who is competing, no matter who is jealousy, no matter who is talking you down, no matter the critics, just be who you are. Know what you are doing. Be confident in you that no, this is me. So if they compete, if one job is not for you, it's not for you. I've had to refund so many clients. I've had to refund because by the time you have made payment and start saying shema she dada, we saw somebody, I'll just say, madam, send me your account details, I'll refund you. So that is just me. By the time you start questioning my integrity, I'll just refund you because I know nobody can be me. There is something that I carry in me that other people cannot have. So if there's somebody somewhere telling you they are better than me, go and try them. This field is so big. You don't need to clash. You don't need to. That
Okay.
is just who you just discover that the job you lost, thinking that you have lost, and or somebody say they are not giving you a better one will come. So just be you and do you.
Okay. Um, two questions before we wrap. Well, at least I want to ask two questions on this list before we go on to the wrap up. One is, how do you see this in the industry, wedding compare, Alaga Iyawo industry changing over the next, say, over the next 10 years or decade? I know I'm still going to talk briefly before we end about your retirement, but how do you see the industry changing over the next 10 years? Do you see any significant change that might affect the way it's being
This
operated today?
industry is going to become so large. Government is going to recognize us. It will get to a time, if you don't have the Alaga industry certificate, you have not you have not been married, because we are going there. We have some of our children that are doing greatly well now. I can't begin to mention their names. They are doing greatly well. And when I see them, my heart is full of joy, because the wisdom that the Lord has given them is far, 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 far beyond what we carry, and the way at which they are going. And in this industry, there are rules and regulations now. There are going to be very soon. We are working on a national certificate that will that government will endorse. So you carry the Alaga certificate like you're carrying a court wedding certificate. You know, we are into custom, and there is customary law, and there is so you can be married traditionally, and it will be accepted at any embassy. They will accept your traditional marriage certificate at any embassy. So it's a job that cannot go out of the way. It has come to stay, and it will stay forever. Yes.
All right. I'm going to ask you one more related to what you do. I know in one of our conversations, you mentioned that, I think you mentioned, is it Rising Stars, which is a platform to mentor, if I remember. There's a platform, mentorship platform for people within the industry. Can you tell them about that? In case somebody is listening today and is saying, I want to be mentored by Alaga.
Yeah, we have Shiny Star Mentoring Tribe. It's a combination of both old and the young Galagas, where we teach ourselves a lot of things, songs, how to dress, how to talk in the public, how to get premium job, lot of things, even how to rap Yahoo. So that platform has birthed the great and mighty in this industry. Has birthed them.
So
I
if I
have
want to join, what do I need to do if I want to be part of your
we have
mentorship community?
the system running. We have our admin, we have our group director, we have assistant group director. So we have committee that accept people. It's a free group. You don't have to pay, but you have to go through some rigorous questions. They have to drill you. They have to be sure um you are capable, you know what you're doing. There are rules and regulations they have to read out to you. We have a committee that is set up for taking a new intake. I'm just the convener.
Okay.
I don't meet people.
So if somebody is
So
interested in joining,
and
what
when you
do I
come to
do?
the admin, and the
Okay, so
admin lead you to the right quarters.
they can reach out to you on your social media handle.
Yeah, they can.
All right, great. I'm going to wrap up with this one. You mentioned you were very certain, very clear about it, that at some point you would retire, right? And then I'm going to say this, you are one of the customers that we have that we are very proud to be associated with. So, for a young person or somebody who's done pretty well listening to me today, and as I heard about the fact you decided at some point I will retire. For you to retire, that means there are some preparations you would have made so that whatever happens, you know that the quality of life that you desire, you can maintain it. I'm sure I'm clear about that. So So
Very,
for
very.
that person who is also thinking, oh, how do I get to the point of retiring? Let, the question is, what advice, financial discipline, financial advice, related advice would you give to that person? How to start working towards that time? And I'm still going to come back to talk about the fact that you are one of our favorite customers. In fact, that's one reason why, where you're
Yes,
one
so
customer
for those,
that we go back
yeah,
to thank God about all the time. So let's talk to those who might be thinking of retirement and what they need to
yeah.
do from this point.
For those of you hearing me, real estate is the real thing. When I boast to people I am going to retire, I know what I'm talking about. I have invested a lot in real estate. And Casafina here, you know me very well. I buy a lot from you. And real estate, I just believe with me investing in real estate, I should be able to look away from going to an event, dancing, shaking body, talking to make money. I should be able to stand up in my house, take my cup of tea, take my newspaper, read, go to my grandchildren, relax. Nobody is going to harass me. Oh, madam, you got our money, you didn't come to our events. So I know the time to stop, and I'm planning towards stopping. I know by the time my children start they start giving me grandchildren now, by the grace of God, I have to be around. I have to be with them. And I am working towards that by investing in real estate. So that is the confidence when I say I am retiring. And people will be like, eh? Owó tó wà nínú iṣẹ́ yín yẹn. Well, you may say there is money, but I believe there are other investments you can have that can give you peace at old age. So,
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for this. As in, like, it's been inspiring. I have my colleagues here. I don't know if I've missed any question that you would love to ask. Not none at the moment. And thank you for being a customer. Thank you for talking about the fact that you bought real estate from us. So I don't know if there is any parting word you would love to give. There's a question I would have wanted to ask, but I think I skipped that. If there's any parting word for the persons listening to us today, what would you love to tell them? How would you like to inspire? What note would you want to drop?
thank you, Dr. Olufemi Oluwaseyi. I will still mention my name again because this thing is not showing my name. I am Lady Bisbam, known as Alaga Iyawo Bisola Bamidele. My party worked this afternoon. Okay, this morning here. Over there, evening, right?
Yeah, it's evening.
Evening.
This is 5:15, exactly one
Okay.
hour after.
Evening is that stay focused, have goals, have vision, put down your vision and pursue it.
Okay.
Pursue it. I remembered when we met Dr. Shei and I bought from Omega Courts. I remembered I was just like, I was so skeptical about it. Should I put down my money? After Omega Court now, I've done flat 22. I've done other apartments with you. So stay focused. There is no business that do not have risk. Invest and just keep investing. And as you are investing, as you know that you start small. When you know that this small one you have done has brought dividend, then keep doing more. So that's
Thank
what I would
you.
say.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A parting comment. If there's one person that you think that you would love to see me interview on this platform, can one person that you think, oh, Dr. Lufemi, you want to speak with this person, he or she has inspiring story, who would that be? I'm going to follow up with you on that, but who would that one person be?
You should follow up because right now I can't even think of I can't think of a lot of people. But if I want to say something, if it is possible, bring Funke Akindele here. I don't know if that,
Funke
because
Kindele.
when we talk of real estate, I think she's one of the very first that I saw shouting real estate, real estate, real estate. And then I was like, Kilonja States, not even knowing myself would be so sold out into it. So but I don't know if she will come, but I'll think of other people that you can bring. But right now,
Funke Akindele. All right. Well, I also got to follow up with you. Maybe we would also leverage on you to reach out to her so that we can get her to speak. It's not even about this celebrity thing, it's about actually inspiring people about journey. Those things that people don't see. For example, a lot of people seeing you today will not understand that at some point in your growing up years, you were hawking Ogi on this way to support your
yeah,
education.
the morning, Gary in the evening. Don't
Ogi in
don't
the
forget.
morning, Gary,
Gary.
Gary in the evening.
When I
So
come back from, I was
so
so popular. People know me. I have lots of customers. Till I finished my secondary school, I was doing it.
oh
They
really?
know me. So,
You
yes. Till I
you did it
finished
for
my secondary
several years. What
several,
from
several years. I was so
maybe six?
popular.
Whoa. All right.
When I do Gary, I don't do bowl. I do
Okay.
the entire big sack. That is what I will carry.
Oh,
And when
really?
I walk from the third house, I will have sell it to half. They used to wait for me. Gary Grandma Dungon, very, very good Gary.
So, but those
So
are the
so
inspiring stories. Those are the inspiring stories that we would love to hear. Because it helps so that people understand that no matter where you're coming from, you can actually uh, get to live your dream. So, thank you so much, Madam Bisola Bamidele, aka Bisbam, aka Alaga, aka Arewa Cherries.
please
Is
put Dr. Chief Mrs.
okay,
I
Doctor
forgot
Chief
to
Mrs.
I'm a
Uh,
doctor, I am a chief.
So apologies that so much, Dr. Chief Mrs. Bamidele.
I'm
It's
very
been a
soon
pleasure.
you'll be adding our national honor very soon.
Oh,
Maybe,
really? Once
yes.
we do that, we would love to bring you back to talk about your journey to national honor. Thank you so
It will
much.
happen. Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you
so much.
so much.
What we're also going to do, this is being recorded. So we're also going to have a replay of this, and then we'll probably collaborate with you on the
Okay.
replay so that your people can also view this particular interview. I'm aware that it's not running on your own handle.
Okay.
So we'll do that shortly. So thank you so,
Okay.
so much. Have a wonderful
Thank you.
time. And
You
then
too.
please bring back chocolates when you're coming back to Nigeria. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Thank you,
Stay blessed.
everyone. Have a wonderful time. Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.